Taking with me is, as usual, James Davis.
Good evening, everyone.
So Silverstone tonight, using the national layout of the circuit. Can it be any better than last week?
Be hard to beat last week, but I'm sure with these drivers it could go close.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we're using the, as I said, the national layout of the circuit, so it is. It's a short track. It should be able to provide some quality racing. I mean, and it's a very wide track, so you can easily get what 3-4 Clios wide on this track.
Yeah, I mean it tightens though going through Maggots and Beckett's. You know that in the braking zone and then turning right. It's going to be whoever nails that correctly is going to get a great exit and down the straight. Big advantage there. So that's going to be, I think, the most important sort of corner on the track today.
Yeah, I mean, so let's see if we got the usual. It doesn't look like we've got Holtman in tonight. We've got. Oh, we're missing quite a few of the FRT guys tonight. So, RS Jim, he's in. So he's in the pits at the moment. So it might be, and we've got Cam. The FRT Svenjuro, he's a filler. So, but he's shown potential for the races he's been in. EDU last week had a great race, so hopefully we'll see a bit more from him tonight. And there's the Cam as well, who has always shown potential throughout the races as well. But we have got Gonzi. I thought we missed an FRT Gonzi as well. So yeah, should be a good race.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned there, Edu last week had his strongest performance. I think he also did well in the late lobby. So we'll be looking forward to tonight and getting going again. But it'll be hard to look past Jim in terms of potential winner. I'd say maybe a couple of fellas will surprise us and show potential. Maybe be around for next season. So it's a good opportunity to show your skills and hopefully make a name for yourself.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest problems that people are going to face on this track tonight is literally keeping tyres warm at the back, because there's got obviously quite a couple of long straights. I think they're really going to struggle getting and keeping heat in the back tyres tonight. Obviously, the Clio Cup's renowned on stock setup for those cold back tyres, so I think tonight is going to be a struggle. We have seen Gonze take provisional pole at the moment, the 103.8. FRT Glazing just behind him. So the FRT guys are in the top three at the moment, with Cam just coming up just behind them in fourth. So we've got RSM.
So is sub to me, please? I've not seen that name before.
Sub to me, he's a filler again. I think he's raced in one of the races, so he's just took sixth there on the grid, so he is just a filler. He won't score tonight. EDU's just taken sixth actually, so again he's really improved every race. EDU pro driver, so hopefully we'll see. And then FRT Svenjuro, he's just moved up to fifth, so push Cam down into sixth. So we'll just stay on board with Cam just for the moment as he crosses the line, see if we can improve. It does move up to third.
Very close between the top three there and fourth.
I think really you're looking at 3 to 4 laps to get your optimal heat. We see there sort of FRT Gonzi the back end getting out on him, so I think that's going to be the hardest challenge tonight is getting heat in the tyres really.
Definitely, especially those rears, as you say. I mean, they're renowned for being cold, and with the long straights that you mentioned, going to exacerbate the problem. But we'll see the skill of the drivers then coming to the forward, being able to keep them stable through the corners.
Let's just hope that we get a race that's filled with as much action as it was last week. I think it's going to be hard to beat last week. Last week was something special, or someone just going off into the gravel there. But last week was, that was probably the highlight race of the season. Can it get any better? That's the question. I think that's what everyone's going to be tuning in and watching for tonight. it's EDU's in second at the moment with 1:03.8, just outside of the top spot there. So we'll stay on board with EDU at the moment, just for the time being. RS Gym just moved into third place there as well. Again, times very, very close between all drivers at the moment. I mean, Silverstone's because it's so wide. It's one of them that, you know, you could definitely get some good side by side action going on throughout the track.
And that's it. And I think there are a few corners where it does bottleneck in terms of if you're following the best line. So it'll go from being a wide track to a very narrow track to in terms of the driver's perspective very quickly, and it's going to mean being aware of your surroundings, sort of your peripheral vision, knowing where the opponents are on your outside and the inside as well. Hopefully we'll have some close racing without too many incidents, last week.
It's an easy track to overtake on, isn't it? There's plenty of overtaking opportunities on this track, so there shouldn't be any sort of like pushy bargy moves going on really.
Pushy
bargy. But no, it's one of them.
We'll have none of that.
I think it's one of those tracks that you can bide your time, and then, you know, after the next corner you probably get an opportunity to overtake the driver in front if you've got the pace on him. So EDU's moved down to fourth.
Jim's up to third now.
Yeah, so I mean, he was third anyway.
Got a hot lap in. Oh, I missed that. Sorry, I'll just.
Jim moved up to third, which pushed EDU down to fourth there. So I think EDU will still be happy with that.
The times are exact, mate. It's just that, and
Cam's just
now jumps up to third.
Yeah, I mean, EDU was speaking within the group within the week, and he said that it's the first race where he's been able to keep up with the top pack, and he felt that it wasn't due to luck. It felt like his skill was there and enable him to keep up. So he's definitely one to watch tonight, I think, as well. He could upset a few people, EDU. It's just a shame that it's, you know, taking him halfway to the season to get to the level he feels that he can compete. Amiga there, nice to see him up in the top 4. So again, he's, you know, he has said a couple of weeks ago that it's you know, things have started sinking into place again. He's just seemed to have quite a bad run. Once the green lights go, once the red lights go out, it just seems to have instant after instant, which pushed him to the back of the pack. So hopefully we'll see him stick out in front. And he's definitely got this. Amiga's definitely got the skill to stay out in front. I mean, we've both raced against Amiga in numerous races, haven't we, in different classes? And he was always one of those that was at the top of the grid.
Yeah, I think in the was it the Formula class, the open wheel? It was. I think he was very, very strong in them, and also the GT3. I remember. I think he was also.
Yeah, I mean he's
near the top.
He's shot a lot, especially that open wheel and GT was. But Group A, Group C is, you know, he's always been one of them that seemed to he just had a bit of bad luck. It may be that it's. You see it quite a lot. A lot of people play the game for that long that I think you just disconnect from it in the end, where it doesn't give you the same drive as what it used to. But I think few drivers take a couple of weeks break, and it sort of sinks in again, doesn't it? So,
well, people mentioning on the group that maybe going on to other sims, in particular the Seto, and playing that for a bit, and then coming back to Project Cars, you sort of. You improve on Project Cars simply because your appreciation the nuances of the handling, and you learn a lot of things from a setup with it being more of a sim. And I think that goes with racing on PC or any other sims that just give you a little bit more experience, a little bit of something different, and you learn as you go.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I need to put more time in Assetto, but I mentioned it last week. I get my enjoyment for games from racing online, which unfortunately Assetto is. You can do it. It's obviously, you know, it's here. Choose this car, choose this track. It doesn't give you the freedom to do what I want online, but it's something that I
No.
think I need to sit down and take more time with. Recently got the PC Connect online, so you know, I put a little bit of time into that, but I think that's going to be more of a sidestep rather than this is going to take over my gaming regime. It'll be PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
It's a qualified to Gonzi still out in front, but just about with FRT. If the times are very, very close, to be fair. First to 8th is pretty much first to 9th is, well, first to 9th is with, first to 10th is within a second. This is probably the closest qualifying we've had throughout the table.
Looking that way, I mean, we're just approaching the halfway point now, so
A lot of drivers
we
get
could.
into double figures, but there's still a few that are still doing the warm-up laps, really.
I mean, while the rear tyres will not sustain too much wear due to the lack of heat, what will happen is the fronts will probably get eaten into a little bit.
Well, I mean, tyre wear
than other tracks.
Tyre wear's off, isn't it? Yeah, tyre wear's off. So
I thought it was on.
No, tyre wear's off. So tyre wear won't be a factor.
Oh, right.
Fuel isn't a factor. It's all stock set up. Only because sometimes with on stock
my
set
mistake.
up, if you go into the pits, it can sometimes throw a bit of a bug where it doesn't change tyres or it does change tyres. So we just sort of put a rule on where if you run stock setup, it's probably best to run no fuel and no tyre wear, just so people don't get disadvantaged by the game not doing what they want when they're in the pit. So that tyre wear won't be a factor. It's just the heat, keeping the heat in the tyres, that the real problem comes into play. Where's Scooby? Scooby's down in ninth. He's one that's we've seen do well at the start of the season, but we've seen him for the last few rounds drop off for some reason. I don't know what's happened with Scooby there, but I know he is one that can shine if he needs to. We have just seen him drop. It's a shame that we haven't got FRT Holtman in tonight. Must be out on real world duties, but I'm sure this is.
I think with
track.
Well, you mentioned in there with people's performance, I think it's very easy with these cars because they're so close in terms of the fact that they are stock set up, so the times are going to be very, very close, as we've seen in qualifying. What you're going to see is if you do make a mistake or you find yourself in the middle order of the pack, bar Holtman's performance last week, it's very, very hard to sort of get out of that and get yourself back up with the front pack if there's any sort of a reasonable gap between the two. So that sort of like can force it if you are unfortunate enough to have that bad luck. It is very difficult to sort of score decent points if you end up further down the field.
I suppose another factor as well that the skill set of all the drivers from round one to now have all increased so much that it's now the people who were running out in front and maybe like 5-6 seconds ahead of people. The gaps just disappeared now. I mean, there will be the few of them that can run away from the pack, but I mean we saw it last week. It was for pretty much 90% of the race. It was 5 people battling for first, and that's the first time that we've seen that. And it was people that we probably wouldn't have said would have been battling for first. There probably would have been 2 of them out of them that we'd said, we'll probably see them 2 run away with it, but we were completely wrong, to be fair. So, we've seen RS Jim has now taken provisional pole.
I was just about to actually say he's struggling at the moment. Maybe he's not finding this track to his liking, but there he goes. Before I open my mouth, boom.
Yeah, and there's still
1:03.2. Very nice.
Still 14 minutes left as well, so we could see it change. I mean, the times are that close. It only takes one person to get a slightly better corner, and they could knock a couple 100-second off. So it's it's definitely not Jim's at the moment. And with how it went last week, I don't really want to call it. FRT Gonzi's showing potential this week. I mean, who are you going to call for this week's win?
Going to call Jim simply because I've gone with other people. Maybe predicting that it was going to go a different way, and he's proved me wrong every time. Been uber consistent, uber Dominant, really strong performances, great drives every week, and you've got to sort of say he's capable of doing the same again tonight as he's showing so far in qualifying.
So my money's on. I'm going to say Gonzi. So that's who it is. I mean, if you're watching,
Yeah,
comment, get involved in the group and stuff like that. But let us know who you think's going to win. But I'm going to say Gonzi. But we're not ruling anyone else out. We're just from previous. I'm going to say Gonzi because last week he'll be on a high from winning it last week. And he's shown, that he's got the pace in qualifying. I mean, there's absolutely nothing in it at the moment. So I'm going to go with the FRT Gonzi tonight.
First shout.
So
looking further down the field, just into the 104. So you've got Scooby, Lou, Fraser, and then subsequently. So those guys possibly looking now to use the second half of qualifier to try and maybe break into the 103s, and that'd be really interesting if we had 1 to 12 all in the 103s.
Yeah.
So a bit of work to do for those four, but every chance. I mean, they've got the time to do it.
Yeah, we're just watching Fraser come across the line now, so will he improve? He does. He moves up to ninth, so he's now in the 103s as well. So we just need another three to move into the 103s if you could do, and then Jay will use his I predicted this, I have a crystal ball line once again. So Fraser doing well at ninth. Fraser's another one of those drivers that's just a very good all-round driver. I mean, in any sort of discipline and any car class that he races, Fraser's normally one of them that you'll see sort of battling on them. And he is a very clean racer as well. He's gone into the pits at the moment, so maybe he's happy with that time. I mean, he is just a filler, isn't he? So he's not scoring points. So he might be like, you know what, I'm happy with it. I'm now going to go and have a pie.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple of burgers in the oven. They're going to be ready in a couple of minutes. So
delicious. Having any cheese? Any cheese on the burgers?
I'm going to put some cheese on those mothers.
Oh, Cam's moved up to second. It wasn't his previous lap either. So he's been at a couple of laps now. Nice. So
cheddar.
Can they?
Yeah, going to put some red Leicester on those bad boys and Cam up to second. That's some big news, man.
Getting sideways there, Cam, as well. Red Leicester, not the usual cheese to put on a burger.
Well, it's a good all rounder for me because it's one that you can just sort of nibble at because it's got a nutty, crumbly texture. But it's also good for putting a bit on, cheese on toast, bit of burger.
It works well on a chabs on toast is amazing.
Yeah. I mean, if I've got different types of cheeses in, a bit of Cheshire, that's really crumbly, or a bit of I don't know, cheddar, mozzarella. I'll mix it up. I'll put a little bit of each on there and melt it all together, blend it in, 3 or 4 different types of cheeses. That's what I'm talking about. I
just saw someone coming out the pits then in a black and blue. I thought we'd had Holtman, but it's not. It's filler Blue Goby who's using it. So I thought Holtman had joined us then. So. But
I'm just going to quickly check my beef and get some cheese on there, so I'll be back in a minute.
I'll check that beef. So weather tonight is heavy cloud throughout the race, so not bad conditions really. It's saying on the game there 39 degrees is track temperature. So Blue Goby taking the corner slow there. So Fraser's still in ninth. We're going to see Gonzi able to claw back to the top. He's got 9 minutes, just under 9 minutes now left to do it. So plenty of time, obviously just over a minute on each lap at the moment, so you can bang out quite a few more laps for it. He's got a little bit of traffic in front of him, but he'll be using the toe on that, maybe to assist his lap. So he's just outside his best time. We'll stay on board with Gonzi at the moment. A little bit of a lock up from guy in front and wide. So you can see there, he's trying to get just behind him. Nice late braking move there. Takes a nice wide entry into the corner. Using as much as the track as he can. You can see there, tracing the line of the guy in front, using the toe. You can see it really working in his benefit there as well. And that's a nice long straight, so that will benefit to him. Fortunately, that traffic gets out of his way. Nice friendly driving from the guy in front, from the back marker. So careful not to pull the car out there. Doesn't unsettle him too much. So he comes past the line. Will he improve? It doesn't. Again, slightly out of his time. And Cam's just done a 1:32, 1:13.2 there as well. So just... Oh no, 1:13. I was thinking that it was better his last lap, but no, it's 10 seconds slower. So must have been an outlap for him after the pits. We'll stay on board with Gonzi at the moment, see if he can improve. Just over 7 minutes to go now. So brakes hard for the corner. And that section of the track, if you get the entry to that sort of section there, it can really mess your time up. But if you get the entry just right, your car can just glide through. And that is a terrible camera shot provided by the game there. Again, he's not improving on his time. Oh, he's got off there. It's definitely not going to improve on his lap time there. It's a real shame for him. Cam looked like almost like he followed him there off the track. So Cam will be pushing for that provisional pole. So we could have a really interesting battle for first on our hands tonight, which comes in just over 10 minutes. So we've got just under 6 minutes left to qualify, and then it's a 5-minute warm-up, and then it's half an hour of racing. Oh, lock up there from Cam. That's definitely not going to give him the lap he wants this time. So we won't see him take pole now. So we'll stay on board with him. Oh, that the best corner there, and car getting very unstable. Might have been a little bit of lag there, but if not, that was a fantastic save by him. Using as much as the track as possible. So keep the timing up. Just see how he gets on. Oh, gets a little bit of trouble. I don't think we're going to be seeing it there again. This is where the heat of the tyres really causes problems. It can make it feel like it's driving on ice. It doesn't do a bad lap though. Just under a 104. We've got 1, 2, we've got 4 drivers still in the 104s there, but again, not a great deal between first to 13th at the moment. So 13 drivers for the grid tonight. So Cam's slowing down there. I think he's letting someone past. Yeah, it looks like he's letting Gonzi go past. He knows that he's not going to beat his lap time. So friendly driving by Cam there, and the back marker making it nice and easy for Gonzi. Oh, Gonzi almost getting the back end out there though. Lovely recovery from him. Very well held by the FRT driver there. I mean, this guy knows how to drive these cars. He knows how to push them. And he is pushing it tonight. So he's staying in third at the moment. His last lap was a 1:04. So Jim looks like he's in a bit of a moment there. So he's just moving out of the way of the traffic. So there goes that's Gonzi, that's Blue Goby. Just going past. And Jim's back in the pits. So interesting there by Gonzi's. Sort of moved out the way of Cam. Might have been like, oh, actually, I'm not going to let you use me as your advantage to get more speed down the straight. So he's let Cam go past. Could have been a tactical move by Gonzi there. Don't blame him. So EDU down in 6th at the moment. Car weaving there just to try and get some heat. He's slowing as well. So just over 2 minutes left. So just time for drivers just to have one more lap. Loses the car there. So one more lap now from the drivers. Jim's sat in the pits. He feels that he can do all he's done now. He can just watch and hope that no one steals that provisional pole off him. Cam's slowing down on the straight there. Letting someone past. So they might actually just have. I think they are actually going to have time for one more lap. So all eyes on Cam and Gonzi, unless anyone else can come and do a surprise swoop at the end for the top spot. Here we go, boys. Good luck. It's now or never. So stay on board with Gonzi. Got to be careful of track limits there. If you do go out too wide, it will discount the lap. Gonzi's definitely still alright, or he would have retired to the pit to feel if that had been discounted. So sector times. Cam just slightly better at the moment through sector 1. We'll keep the timing board up just to compare them. So 22.1 for Cam, 22.3. So Cam is looking like slightly faster at the moment. I don't think we're going to see Gonzi.
Picked a good time to get back. It should be interesting if Cam crosses a line.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see him take Jim's place. I don't think we're going to see Gonzi take over. He was slightly faster through the sectors. Was Cam?
No, it was closer, but great end to the session and some really close times there.
Yeah, I think throughout the board that's probably the closest that qualifying's been. So hopefully, I do think that we're probably going to see 3, maybe 4 drivers just run away from the pack quite quick tonight. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be non-stop action throughout. So anyone going out on track in this 5-minute session. So we've got Scooby that's going out. So we'll just fill this 5 minutes with some gaming chat. So what games have you been playing this week, James?
Been doing a bit of Battlefield 2 or Battlefield Bad Company 2 on the PC and Armour 2.
Oh, a bit of a classic
so like
there. Bit of a classic.
Some military shooters, yeah. Just doing the. I mean, Armour 2 is like on from Operation Flashpoint, which I had a few years back, and that I really enjoyed because it was, sort of one bullet kill. If you got hit by a bullet, you were down. If you got hit and you bled out.
I think I remember that Operation Flashpoint. It was basically like what they classed as a war simulator, and they were like, "Yeah, you can't get any more real than this," and you had to really play it tactically, didn't you? Like you couldn't. There was no running, gunning involved unless you wanted to die.
That was it. Yeah.
But this week,
so obviously just doing the practice on the likes of R Factor 2 and just having a lot of laps on that sort of sim. What about yourself?
Yeah, this week, I mean, I didn't really play a lot in the week, if I'm honest with you, but last weekend I got the PC up and running, so a little bit of R Factor, a little bit of Race 07. So yeah, just
Yeah.
sort of getting used to sort of the PC side of things, really. As I said, it's something that I'll probably invest in over time, but it's not something I'm going to rush out and go, I'm now going to become just a member of the PC Master Race. I still enjoy the console racing, and with the group as well next year, and it's, you know, I'll enjoy running with those guys anyway. So I think my heart will always be with console, and PC will be a sidestep sort of thing, and I'll upgrade if I find, you know, decent parts quite cheap sort of thing. It's not something I'm rush out and upgrade.
Yeah, you upgrade if you need to, but I don't think it's going to be something you need to worry about in the near future. And especially with the Rafter titles coming to console, you're going to be spoiled for choice. And I mean, interestingly, I did get Dirt Rally installed because on Steam it's free this weekend, so until tomorrow night.
Is that
so
free just to play this weekend, or is that free to have forever?
Free for the weekend,
Right,
£12 if you want it forever.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's definitely a game I'd recommend. I mean, if you're watching this and you're like,
oh definitely,
I like track racing, I'm a little bit bored, I want to do something a bit different. Go on to, if you've got a PC, go onto Steam and download Dirt Rally just to, you know, give it a go, have a blast. If you know, if you're not big into rallying, probably having it for a weekend is probably ideal, to be fair. Like, so you can once it's done, it's done.
That'll try it out, isn't it? Yeah.
But it's definitely a game that I'd recommend because it's one that rewards you for putting time in and learning the tracks. But it is one that I feel like a lot of people say that it's not a pick up and play game, but I personally sometimes just, you know, whack it in and have a little hour on it, and then I go, right, I'm happy with that now, and then I'll go and do something else. So for me, it is.
I think out the box you've got to sort of tune the settings, your controls and feedback and that. I think that's what sort of people maybe could have been referring to. But yeah, once you've got those dialed in, you can just jump in and do a little bit of rallycross or hill climb, or you know, few stages.
Yeah.
Try and beat your personal bests.
And if you're like me, you have got a PSVR. It's, you know, it. Apart from Drive Club, it's the only other sort of racing game that's on PSVR, and it is probably one of the best PSVR experiences that you can get at the moment in terms of racing. So I definitely recommend it if you've got a PSVR. Definitely get it if you enjoy your racing games. I mean, I've got a wheel with a pad. I don't know how it translates so well onto VR. I think it'd be more of an annoyance than anything if I had to use a pad on a VR game. If it was driving.
Well, I was using my shifter, my sequential, the THAA shifter, just as my handbrake, just giving that a go. Couldn't be bothered turning it around and resetting it up as a H pattern, but yeah, it was good fun, and put the graphics onto max settings on 2K resolution, which is the most my graphics card can handle, and just had a look, and it looked quite glorious, so I was quite surprised. It was running quite well, but then again, it's not got 20 other opponents on the track sort of hogging the graphics processing and all that, so still a very good looking game and still a lot of fun on console and PC.
Dirt is definitely good looking, and that has brought us up to the end of 5 minutes, so that's this week's gaming chat during the war.
Gaming chat.
Join us next week. That definitely needs a little slogan, that, or something, doesn't it? A little jingle.
It needs a little intro or something. Yeah, definitely. I mean, next week are you there next? Is it the Clio race next week with it being Alton Park?
Just remind me to talk about this at the end, but no, very quickly, there won't be any live Clio Cup race next week, as I'll be at Alton Park watching it unfold in real world. So here we go. So retire to the pit box, and then we'll get back. And there's a car flying in the air there for some reason. That was definitely a bit of lag, so I don't know what's happened there. We're on board.
I didn't see it, so it might have just been on yours, thankfully.
So we're in off
doesn't seem to have killed anyone.
Gonzi at the moment, who's got Cam and Jim just in front of him. Cars screaming down there like a swarm of angry bees flying through the Silverstone track. And that's it. Jella Ridge is there, getting up close to Gonzi. It looks like he's going to pull a move on him here, so I think Gonzi might go down to fourth. Oh no, Jelleridge is not able to find a way past Gonzi there. Jim taking a defensive line into the corner. So we've got FRT Glazing, who's down in fifth as well. Got these just on his tail. And there's EDU in sixth. And you can hear the roar of the Clios just behind as well. Everyone's sort of very bunched up at the moment. No room for error from anyone at this moment in time.
Scott,
so on board
Gary
with
George
Cam.
in 8th, having a look at FRT Sanjuro, just see if he can make a move here. Who's gone wide there? Edu has. Manages to get back on track. Doesn't seem to have got a cut track, so... Oh, and there's Cam making a move on Jim on the inside. Nice, he should have the run here.
And Gonzi's
Oh,
watching.
no.
No, Jim's got the speed on him, so no way past. Gonzi's watching this unfold, going, come on, you two, make it easy for me.
Yeah.
Jim again taking that defensive line. Oh, Gonzi getting close to Cam here, though. Not able to capitalise. Like I was just saying before, tricky section of the track that if you get the entry into it wrong, it knackers the whole section up for you. So FTR Jelleridges, the top three just pulling away slightly from the pack, but again no room to breathe for any of them. We've got Glazing in 5th, EDU in 6th, Sanjuro 7th, Subtome 8th, Fraser 9th, Blue Goby 10th. Or lock up from Subtome
Mega
there.
battle going on at the back there. 3 have gone wide on the first corner exit.
Yeah, Subtome go very, very
Fraser
wide there.
Blue Goby. All 3 fell victim there.
Oh, Subtome locking up again, really struggling with those tyres.
4 wide going through here by the looks of it.
Looks like Blue Goby's going to make it through here. Using the toe, swings the car out. Fraser can only just watch as it happens as well. There's nothing he can do. And Scooby's back in the pack as well there on the inside of the corner.
Another lock up.
So Scooby down in 11th. Might be able to fight his way through this pack if he can just avoid any contact.
Oh, Jelleridges has gone off. He seems to have pulled up into the gravel pit there.
So
what's happened, I don't know. Has he got a glitch? Major problem, and he looks like his race is run tonight.
So yeah, must have gone off there. Oh, having to heavy brake there, Scooby, to avoid any contact whatsoever with Fraser just in front. Fraser's might look like he have to concede here. Scooby's got the line.
So it looks like we've got 5 again battling for the first spot tonight.
Oh, Fraser has a big incident, but Amiga there says, thanks very much, love. That just comes from nowhere. Scooby's just having to attack, having to defend. He's got Amiga right on his left here, as we can see, on board with Scooby.
Gonna be tight.
That was a lovely move by Amiga, that, to get into 9th. Subtone really struggling with the car. Some smoke coming off him. Every corner, the Indians will be answering back to him soon if he carries on doing that with his car. And Amiga pulling away a little bit at the moment there from Scooby. And we've got Lee W07 down in 11th. Let's check what's going on at the front. Oh, Cam getting very wide at the corner.
Made it stick. Made it. It must be. I mean, the game's allowing the limit, so.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that corner's one of them where it's normally quite harsh with it, but these cars tonight getting away with it. So Cam right on the tail of RS Jim at the moment. I mean, keeping up with Jim's one thing, but getting past is an entirely different thing. So
as you say that, he has a go. He just nips in on the outside, but Jim's got the inside line coming out of the corner.
Oh, but look at this for Gonzi.
He's having a sniff and.
Oh, I think Cam's done it here. Well. Cam's done it. He's moved into first. Has Jim got the exit on him though? No. Oh, Jim's back into first now. Cam has to slot back in.
Jim's car seems to just sort of gallop.
Look at this. Gonzi is now into this as well.
Oh, on the outside.
Gonzi's second, third. It's place swapping all over it. He has to sort of slow down a little bit with the entrance. He gets into the corner. And Glazing is now in this as well.
He's
we've got
riding the equation.
EDU's in 5th. He's watching this. He's now back into this. Oh, Gonzi
He
getting
is
on
the
2
M in
wheels.
E equals MC squared. He's right involved in this one. Anyway.
Svenjuro
Down
down
to
in
5th with Edu.
6th. Yeah, he's
Yeah, a bit of a gap there.
Jim slightly pulled away from everyone at the moment. But one little mistake. See, Cam's
trying everything,
there as well.
every trick in the book. Bobbing and weaving, making sure that Jim knows he's in his left minute and in his right minute. He's everywhere.
Trying to apply the pressure
cool.
to force an error, but Jim, it's one of them. It's quite hard to force Jim into an error. He's not one that bows down to pressure, really. He'll just play his own game.
No, man. But the front three have made a bit of a gap between them and Glazen now. And
yeah, they definitely have pulled away there. So fantastic driving by these three at the moment. Not really concentrating on what's going on behind them, just concentrating on getting out in front. And these three drivers are specialists at doing that. So Fraser,
1 second.
a little bit of a battle going on for 8th here as well. Quite bunched up at the back. So on board with Fraser. Oh, almost losing it there, which lets Miga. Does he get in front? Side by side. And Fraser holds on to the place. And Scooby's watching all this unfold, thinking, how can I get past these? Just doesn't seem to have the run out the corners coming on.
Got the temptations there. I mean, he's down in 11th, but that's very tempting, seeing 3 positions available just in front, and he's got a good exit here. He may make it work. There's one place.
We've now got 6 at the front, really. So we've got Svenjuro, who's just behind EDU.
Great guns.
Glazen, and then onto the top 3. These 3 driving really good at the moment, not really putting a foot wrong. Oh, but is that Cam getting into first? Cam has made it into first. Can he make it stick? He can't. He can. He can't. He can.
He really will. Oh, there.
To me, to you. It's like watching the Chucker Brothers have a race here.
Aye.
But again, with that little battle going on there, that's allowed now Gonzi to catch right up. Slots in to take the ideal racer line through the corner. Oh, careful of those curbs. That makes the car very unsettled there as well. Glazen's back in this now as well. He's managed to catch up to these 3.
Yeah.
Oh, late braking there by Glazen. Does well to avoid any contact. Brilliant close race in there. So Jim still out in front, holding on. Looking like he's not going to bend.
Svenjoro's dropped back. May have got a cut track.
Oh, Jim's car looking like
up there.
Yeah.
Glazen having a look at Gonzi.
It's literally hold on for your life, boys. It's look at Gonzi there, looking like he's trying to make a cheeky little move the inside, but can't make it stick. Using the toe well on Cam now though. Little dab of the brakes through the corner. Everyone using that run off to the advantage as the track limits are allowing it tonight. Oh, Jim getting wide. Cam could do him here.
Jim's car though seems to spring to life. I don't know if they're running sort of different settings in terms of traction control or ABS or stability.
Yeah, I know. I think Jim is one of them that runs. Oh, Cam almost getting it, and he's going to allow Gonzi to go through. Is he going to lose any more places here? No, but Cam's still in it.
I think he's got a good exit. He's managed to make it stick.
Oh, definitely some paint going on. Jelly Ridges is going to say, "Oh, cheers for this, lads. I'll go through on this then." Oh, it's Glazing, sorry, not Jelly Ridges. So FRT Glazing,
Sorry.
really capitalising on those two, having a nice little battle there.
Oh, he's having a look. The two FRT guys going side by
Oh,
side
that
through
is a
the corner.
lovely little move by Glazing there.
Oh,
But Cam gets a much better run out the corner. And Cam back up into second. But
yeah.
Oh, a little bit of contact there.
Oh, he's off.
Oh, no, definitely racing incident that. Two cars taking
Cam slowed right down. Edu's gone up to third.
That was definitely racing, you know, from how it looked there. Two cars just come together, and unfortunately, you know, Glazing come off worse for it, but nothing intentional by Cam. Looking from the camera there, that's what Clio racing is. Unfortunately, you're going to get sometimes where the cars do make contact, but definitely nothing intentional there.
No, it didn't look. It just looked like they're coming together where the cars seem to go magnetised, don't they? And
I mean, Cam will be gutted because he never likes to be involved in any kind of incident. But through all that, Jim's managed to pull away a little bit, and EDU is right back in this now, so he'll be loving the action tonight again. So we've got a battle between Fraser and Blue Goby going on at the moment. Oh, with Amiga right behind him as well. Amiga is going to move.
Wide. Blue Goby's got the better line. Amiga's on the inside. Yeah, Amiga's done very well there. Lovely. Still on the brakes. Bit of tail braking going on, hopefully there. Look that way anyway.
A nice little move from Amiga there to gain 2 places, but Blue Goby looks like he's got some pace on him here.
What's happened to Jim? He's down in 6th.
Oh, so Jim must have had an off there.
Got track or something on an off. Whoa.
So Gonzi now in first. So unfortunately we've missed what's gone on. Can Jim do a Holtman and push through the track and get back up? He's got just under 17 minutes left to do it. So EDU now running in third. He'll be absolutely loving this, EDU.
Yeah, but Cam as well. He's got a chance here to close the gap on Gonzi, and if he can take first and Jim is further down, it may open up a chance to come back into the title discussion.
So yeah, so we'll keep an eye on Jim as the race progresses. You can see the cars in front, thinking that's where I should be. So I mean, Jim has definitely got the pace where he can definitely take a couple of places. But I mean, for the title standings, you know, this is definitely what the likes of Cam want for, you know, need to happen. They need Jim to be involved in situations where he drops down. So definitely good for the league. Not so good for Happy Jim though. Oh, Cam.
I mean, I thought he disconnected at first because I went down from first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and I was like, he's not there. And then he was there in 6th. I thought at first we'd lost him.
It's not a usual place to where we don't normally have to go down the numbers that low to find Jim, to be fair. So
no.
I could understand you thinking that. A little bit of a gap formed from the top 3 now, but all pushing just as hard for the points. So Cam. Oh, nice and smooth from EDU there. Tricky corner that. That's one corner I struggle with in these cars.
Well, we're at the halfway point now, so it's been a very, very interesting first half of the race.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got Fraser and Blue Goby fighting out positions at the moment. Can he get past?
Cam right on Gonzi now. Right on his tail.
Same
Both
here
on
for a
the
battle
brakes at
for
the same time. Cam's got a good exit here, you know.
I don't think he's got enough to make the way
past. But he's showing Gonzi where he's quicker.
Yeah, he's definitely could cause Gonzi some problems. EDU is
Yeah,
using these two as a tow as well, so he's right in this as well. Hard to call at the moment. Hard to call.
it is.
Nothing between those three whatsoever at the moment. You've got Glazing, who's just behind them, still in fourth as well. He'll be a little bit gutted after his incident put him off. Probably feels that he should be challenging in that top pack as well. Oh, looks like the car became a little bit unstable going into that corner then. Svenjoro's in fifth. Jim's in sixth. He is closing the gap, but he has got a bit of a mountain to climb at the moment, the way the top three are running.
Yeah, Cam got very close there. Eddie closed in as well again.
Yeah,
Nothing between the front three, as you say.
Seems to be a good section of the track for Cam, that as well.
Jim not closing enough, though, to make any sort of difference, because you can see that the times of the guys in the front five, they're all
Cam needs
low
to be careful.
103s.
Oh, Cam needs to be careful doing that. He was very close to
Well,
track
he's done
limits
that a
there.
few times, I've seen, and he's got away with it each time, so he must be using it to try and push the limits, as you say, to the maximum.
Does need to be careful there. You can push it a little bit too much and the game will go. Hang on a minute, son.
Just like now, maybe.
Yeah,
No,
he
again,
stays within the line. So
it must be that white line at the end of that green patch, because I don't know, is that for the Grand Prix?
Oh,
is that a runoff?
EDU getting a nice little drive through the corner, but that curb making the car unstable, lose a little bit of time from that. As you can see, Cam
the Clio, a nice little drive.
Cam and Gonzi just pulling a little bit away from him there.
Yeah. Jim slowly, you can just see he's pulling them all in, lap by lap, as he battle out the front four. Just going to slow them down ever so slightly, and if Jim then can take advantage, he could certainly do a Holtman just like last week.
Can he push hard enough to get to the top three?
It's going to be difficult, but if anyone can do it, Jim can do it.
With the pace overall, I mean, with qualifying being so close as well, everyone had a similar pace, so it's look at lap times at the moment.
Race pace is close as well. They're all very, very similar.
Yeah, there's unfortunately no one's showing it there overly quicker than anyone else.
Jim might be close to getting up to fifth, so that'll give him a little bit of impetus going into the last 10 minutes.
Problem was he went over the curbs then, made the car unstable. He just wasn't able to get the power down as quick as what he would have liked. Let's get there. You can see front Gonzi still leading the way, but Glazing.
Yeah, they're swapping positions here. Jim, oh sorry.
Oh, Cam's done it. Cam's got into first. And EDU looking like he might have been able to get past, but just didn't have the run off. Glazing just behind him. Oh, these two very close again.
Into the first corner. Put on me a piece of bread. I've got some gravy to dunk it in. Oh, lovely there. Good exit by Gonzi. 2 wheels there by Cam.
Oh, ED, look at EDU coming in here as well.
And Glazing just behind.
Gonzi's
on the inside of Eddie.
Got back.
Ooh. Good exit by Matt there as well. Defensive manoeuvre there by Gonzi. Just closed the door. Made it little Clio very wide. It's a big ass.
He's made that ass as big as he possibly could tonight.
Grande boot. 10 minutes left.
Grande boot. Or grande trunk for our friends over the water.
Oh, trunk. Oh. Don't know why that just seems a dirtier word when said in French.
Grande trunk.
Trunk.
So Gonzi managed to put a little bit of breathing space in between him and Cam now. Tap of the brakes there.
Glazing goes into third. Nice. Oh, he's pushed wide.
And is EDU going to get a little penalty? No,
No,
no
he's
penalty
okay.
there as well. And Glazen, very nice of him. He backed off. He knew, yeah, that was my fault. So he's backed off. No, nothing gained from that.
Yeah, good
So very
sportsmanship
well,
there, and
very well
he
raced
goes
by
back on the
Glazen.
attack road now.
So these two side by side now. Jim is into 5th now. Update on Jim. He is now into 5th. And he's not a million miles away from EDU.
Bit of a mistake there.
So Glazen has got past.
He'll be acutely aware now that Jim's the driver behind him. And I wouldn't blame him if he shat himself a little, but there you go.
Yeah, when you see a name of Jim, it's normally followed by the clock gap timer slowly eating away. Cam, nice driving up the corner. Got a good speed.
Glazen locked up there.
Cam. Can EDU get past? No.
You said no.
Lights blaring. Not that it makes the car any faster. So, can anyone take top spot?
Technically, if you think about it by physics, if you have the lights on, the car will have very small amount of mass.
Gonzi. Oh, well held by Gonzi. Looked like his car almost went sideways, but been watching the World Drift Championships happening this weekend. Taking a few examples from there, but got that little Clio sideways there. Cam's definitely got that corner mastered there. He knows just how much he can push it through that.
Both on the brakes at the same time. Cam again. Always seems to look like he's got a good exit, but then Gonzi's car seems to get the rapids on and gets going. Trying to take advantage of the draft there. Goes to the outside. Yes, a bit wide. Lost a bit of time there, and that's allowed Glazen to come back into it.
Yeah, I thought Cam might have been able to do it, but no, just not enough. But he is on the bumper of Gonzi here. He's not giving up on Gonzi. Can Gonzi hold on? So they pass the line. Just over 6 minutes left of the race now. Oh, does well to avoid any kind of contact whatsoever. No way through Gonzi. A brilliant defensive line there from Gonzi. He's making that clear wide, but Glazen is now back in this as well. So Cam now has the difficult job of defensive driving and attacking as well. Great drive by Glazen here. The line that he took though has to brake slightly harder. Oh, lock up from Gonzi.
Oh, he's going to struggle to keep that first place now.
Glazen is just having a ball here. He's definitely waiting for something to happen to Pounce. EDU's dropped back a little bit in 4th. Jim's still in 5th, but I think this mountain is just too much to climb for Jim tonight. Oh, Glazen thought he was going to get brave there. Oh, Cam, how's he managed to keep that in the white line?
Right, go back to bed.
Oh.
Your doors are just up. Right.
That was very, very close from FRT Glazen there. He's pushing hard. Needs to be careful not to push too hard, though. EDU is back in this as well.
So's Jim. Just have a look where Jim is.
I don't know. It's just over 4 minutes left.
I don't know, you know. I think these guys are going to slow each other up just enough, and Jim's back in this.
I mean, Svenjuro's not too far behind him, so it is definitely a 4-way battle for first at the moment. Can Jim make it a 5-way battle? Cam's Glazer has moved into second, so I think Cam might have had a little bit of a moment. Cam, with an amazing line through that corner, normally takes a very wide line, doesn't that time, and that actually helps him almost take back second place. And Edu is watching this happen. Edu, a great run through that corner. Cam not doing so well through that. Jim watching this all unfold in front of him, thinking, come on, guys.
Yeah. Lock up a little. Give me a, throw me a bone here.
Throw me a bone. all drivers racing exceptionally well tonight. All piling on immense amounts of pressure on the guys in front. But Gonzi driving an exceptional race again. Now pulling slightly away. And Jim,
that was a burger and cheese coming back up there.
Jim is not a million miles away, but I personally think that 3 minutes is not enough.
Oh.
What's going on there? How does no driver get punished for that? That's unreal.
It's just like, take a shortcut through the grandstand. No problem.
But Cam does lose a lot of time by taking such a wide line, because EDU has really closed up. And Jim is not too far behind. It is all eyes on Jim.
I mean, Cam could really end up missing an opportunity here.
Again, I think the stewards need to check that the lobby has been set up with penalties on, because unfortunately EDU was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. If he was just
Jim
slightly to the right, and Jim's
now he's
done
on
it.
Cam.
Jim's made his back up, and he's still got over 2 minutes left. I think Jim feels that he could probably get second here.
Gets the best line. Cam comes across. That was close.
Oh, Cam playing a very, very, very fine line tonight. Stewards might be having a word with him, saying, "You." Oh,
he's gone wide there.
I thought EDU might. Oh, look at this, Jim is just saying, "I'm not having this. Get out the way," and he's trying to force his way through. He is the fill-in in a Clio sandwich, in a Clio, but EDU going, all right, well, if we're going to start fighting, let's fight. And moves into third.
Fenduro is in there, look at this. The Green Lantern, where's he come from? Jim's got a problem.
I think Jim might have connected with someone that locked up, which unfortunately pushed Jim out a little bit wide, but EDU, I think EDU just caused a complete domino effect with just appearing from nowhere and everyone going, oh, where's he come from?
Mate.
But all this time
you doing here?
Has allowed Gonzi just to say, I can breathe again. With just under a minute to go, I think we might see this in one more lap.
Yeah,
I think
end of this lap, one more after this.
Yeah.
As Edu pushing for second.
Jim down in 6. Technically, he will finish 5th.
Great
though,
drive by
Fenduro...
FRT, Fenduro. I mean, he stayed around. Must have been uber consistent because he stayed in the mix.
Oh, EDU getting wide there. Cam looking like he might be able to take a place. EDU holding on.
Oh.
I think Jim might be slightly feel cheated from this tonight, though, with that car's almost getting that magnetising effect as this game does. Cam is in 5th. No, that's not right. Oh, it is. It is right. Cam's in 5th.
He's in 5th. Well, this is the last lap.
Yep, this is the final lap.
Gonzi got this in the bag. In the bag. Cup of tea. Put it in the bag, son.
Now, I'm not sure what's gone on, because Cam is in 5th, but It's not. Cam is in fourth.
Right, it may have been because like the leaders crossed the line, and I don't know. Did they cross the line just after?
I don't know.
So
Is this looks like that people are still playing the game? This doesn't look like AI racing lines at all to
No,
me.
this is still a race. I think it's just a glitch because they're on the final lap.
Yeah, it'll probably settle itself now. But Gonzi
Well, there we
definitely
go.
take.
Well done,
So
Gonzi.
flashing at the lights there. Glazing gets second.
Glazing, great drive. Edu,
EDU.
great drive.
And it is saying that Svenjoro got fourth, but I would say Cam got fourth. If you look at,
Well, these are honest guys, so I'm sure that'll be confirmed when they post the results.
but shock of the evening, RS Jim gets sixth.
Whew, yeah. But again, another fantastic week's drive in that. I mean, I mean, last week was going to be hard to top, but you know, tonight was very enjoyable in its own right.
Yeah, definitely some great driving from there. Track limits. Not sure what was going on with that tonight, but it was very fair on the track limits tonight. But
that was almost like non-existent, liberal. But Jim, I'm sure, must have got a penalty at some point to have fallen back from first down to six when we didn't notice because we were watching the battle further down. Yeah, and then I just sort of glanced up the table and up the field and bam.
But you can see, let's just try and work out who got the fastest lap of the evening. So FLT Glazing 103.1. 110.
Yeah, I think it was Glazing.
Yeah, Glazing.
No, Jim. 103.063.
Yeah, so it was Jim with the fastest lap in the end there as well. But great drive for everyone. I mean, times there pretty much the same for everyone, to be honest.
Yeah. There was only one person out the 103s in the end, so yeah, fantastic.
I mean, what I've just realised, anyone, is Svenjoro doesn't score points, so technically Cam moves up to fourth anyway. Jim will move up to fifth. So even if it did swap the places around, in the end, it doesn't really matter. It looks like it's going to do its usual thing where it won't let us save the replay. So again, unfortunately, no highlights for this week. But again, it probably would have been about 25 minutes of highlights because there was a lot of racing going on.
That, man?
Well, I don't know. It seems to be sometimes when a couple of people retire to the pits, it seems to throw the replay up for some reason. I don't know. But just one of those little niggles that comes with racing on Project Cars. But anyway, we hope you enjoyed it, guys.
Shame you can't auto save the replays. Like you can, like just say, yeah, I want it saved every time without fail. Do it in the background. But anyway, still great racing and enjoyed that, mate. So.
Yeah, it's very enjoyable. Lots going on, lots to talk about during the race. Next week, I did just mention it just before. There will be a Clio Cup round next week, but it won't be shown on YouTube, I'm afraid, because I'm at Alton Park watching the touring cars and the real world Clio Cup. So no race. So Clio Cup will return for round 8 in 2 weeks' time. So we'll see you all then on Saturday.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Are you going to be, just before we go, are you going to be meeting up with Ollie Pidgley if you get the chance when you go down to Alton Park?
Yeah, I'm going to go, and obviously if you're going down to Alton Park, come and meet up with us. We'll be on probably Lodge Corner, but go down and meet Ollie as well, say hello to him, and the OPR team there as well. So once again,
yeah, I'll be there on the Saturday because I'm flying out to Cyprus on the Sunday just to make everyone jealous. So there you go.
Right, guys, so thank you very much for watching, and we'll be on air again in 2 weeks. You won't. Catch you soon, guys.